Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be covering a piece of shareware from 1993 called God of Thunder. I had the first chapter of this game as a kid and thought I'd revisit, as it seems like a game that's not often talked about, but people have some fond memories of it if you read any YouTube comments and videos discussing it. The game follows the story of Thor, the god of thunder, looking understandably more Viking than Chris Hemsworth, as he is sent down to Midgard to defeat Jormangund, the serpent. The story goes that while Odin was kipping as part of his Odinsleep, Loki and his minions, one of which is Jormangund, take over all his realms. Thor travels through a set of caves to a town which is terrorised by Jormangund. Upon entering this town, he notices that the bridge leading to where Jormangund is located has been torn down by his guards. Thor must enlist the help of Relg, the local TV and bridge repairman, who can fix anything as long as it's a TV or a bridge. Unfortunately, Thor finds that Relg's repair shop isn't open, so in the interim he has to help some creepy old man find his missing doll. After speaking with all the townsfolk, including the wise future-seeing ladies living in a weird-shaped building on the west side of town, Thor eventually gets a confession from the woman who stole the old man's doll, who lets him into her house to retrieve it. After being shouted at by her mother, Thor retrieves the doll and delivers it back to the old man. It turns out that the doll's name is Miss Muffy, and he likes to feed her. After this bonkers fetch quest, Relg's TV and bridge repair opens, and Relg sends his best men to fix the bridge. Relg clearly has a bit of an ego though, as when you read the sign next to the bridge, it advertises another good job by Relg. After leaving town, Thor comes face to face with an impish looking demon blocking his way. In order to get past, he needs to get a power which can clip through walls. In order to get this, he needs to access the magic dealer's house, which is currently locked. After trading all his magic to the magic dealer for the key, Thor battles through the spiders this dude keeps in his house to get the power of lightning. It's a little ironic how the literal god of thunder has to retrieve this power off some dude, but I guess maybe this is the in-universe way of him proving himself worthy. After getting the power of lightning, Thor deals with the annoying little imp blocking his path, and then comes face to face with a big honking troll. This troll is all like, "You can't get past me until you feed me a shrub," to which Thor has to climb into a cave and retrieve said shrub, feeding the troll, and then somehow get past all of his rock-launching brothers. After getting past them, Thor can unlock the path that leads to Jormangund's domain. After getting past Jormangund's archers, worms, and underground maze, he comes face to face with Jormangund himself. Thor defeats Jormangund and finishes the game by crossing the Bifrost. At first glance, this game looks very much like a Legend of Zelda clone, but upon playing you realise this is far more of a puzzle game than an action-adventure. Thor's main weapon is his hammer Mjolnir, which handles very much like the boomerang does in Zelda. This can be launched directly at enemies or thrown out and used to hit them on its return. This helps a lot with the puzzle elements of this game, such as this puzzle later on where you have to cleverly throw your hammer out and get it to return to you after hitting a switch across a lake. Some of the other puzzles include dodging rocks from trolls and whatever these spiders are shooting at you. There are also box pushing puzzles which are primarily used to get past these worms. The way the one-eyed worms operate is by shooting you from any direction you approach them from. This results in a one-hit death, which means you have to start the screen again. These puzzles are real brain teasers and make you take a much slower approach as opposed to trying to rush through everything. As with Zelda, you get both a life and magic bar. The magic is used to power the two items that you get throughout the game. There's the aforementioned lightning power, which is pretty situational, and the magic apple, which you'll have equipped for most of the game. What this apple allows you to do is use all your magic to raise your health. Because of the aggressive nature of most of the enemies in this game, and their pretty sporadic attack patterns, you will find yourself running low on health a lot. So a quick refill using this item is a godsend. This leads us on to the weaker part of the game, which is the combat. While it's by no means bad, the only real attack that Thor has is his boomerang style hammer, which is often too slow to deal enough damage to the multitudes of enemies on screen. This is shown further in the boss battle with Jormangund at the end of the game. The idea is that you need to use the hammer to hit Jormangund on the back of his head. Several people throughout the game hint at this weakness. This may have been a useful tip if Jormangund's attack patterns weren't so all over the place. He also throws flames at you and runs at you seemingly at random times. This stops you from getting into a rhythm to hit him, and I think I only beat him in the end by luck after about 30 attempts. While the combat isn't a strong point, the game really excels in its humour. My favourite funny moments include the man that actually assaults you from walking into his house, the surreal idea that there might be a TV repairman living around the time of the Vikings, the fact that the magic salesman breaks the fourth wall by telling you that you need an item to beat the game, or that when you accidentally attack one of the townsfolk, Odin speaks to you and says, "I know shooting people is fun, Thor, but don't do it." Overall, this game is a delightful relic of a bygone era. The music and humour are great, and the game itself is a nice little challenge if you like puzzle games. It's also great to delve into if you like zany, self-aware humour. I'm not sure about Thor's death animation though. Thanks for watching, and let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. See you later.